Hi everyone, in this video we're going to cover section 8.3, consumer loans. You are a consumer and someday you may take out a loan, or maybe you have already. A credit card is a type of loan. We take out loans for cars, we take out loans for houses, and this section is a really crucial step to understanding the different types of loans and how interest works. The first type of loan that we'll talk about is called an add-on interest method. You compute the interest, you add it on, and then you find the payment. So if we have a fixed number of payments, a certain number of payments, those are called closed-ended credit agreements or installment loans. Okay, so that's just the terms that are used in industry. Each payment that you make is called an installment, and then the interest charged on the loan is often referred to as a finance charge. The way that we compute, the way that we find our monthly payment, this is essentially a formula, P plus I over N. P is the principal, the amount that you're taking out. I is your interest. We're going to find that using the simple interest formula, I equals PRT. And then you add and divide by N, where N is your number of payments. That's going to give you the monthly payment that you have to make on that loan. Our first example of the section, we're buying some Bose speakers, which we all know are overpriced, and we're paying $720. We're going to take out a loan to purchase our speakers because we love audio quality that much. $720 speakers. We're taking out a 2-year loan or making payments over 2 years, and our annual interest rate is 18%. So our principal, P, is $720. Our time T is 2 years. Our interest rate R is 0.18. And we do 3 steps. Step 1, we're going to find the interest. I equals PRT. That is 720 times 0.18 times 2 years. And for my interest, I got $259.20. That's step 1. Next, we're going to find P plus I. We're going to add on the interest because it's an add-on interest loan. P plus I is equal to 720 plus that $259 interest. That is $979.20. All right, and then finally, so that's like step 1 here, step 2 here, we're going to find our monthly payment. Step 3, our monthly payment is P plus I divided by N. N is your not 2 years, we're making monthly payments, so we'll take our 979.20 divided by 24 payments, right? 24 payments is 12 months, 2 years, 12 times 2. Okay, so we take that 979, divide by 24, and we find that our monthly payment is $40.80. Okay, so $40 a month, and we're paying $259 extra in interest to have this kind of loan. Okay, you can think of it as a loan or credit card payments, what have you, but that's how this first type of loan works. Actually, the better approach for credit card payments is called the unpaid balance method. Okay, credit cards are what are called open-ended credit. You may make monthly payments on your loan, but you may also be increasing the loan by making further purchases. So think of your credit card as a loan. You pay a little bit, or hopefully you pay it all off every month, but your balance is constantly changing. And the unpaid balance in the unpaid balance method, the interest is based on the previous month's balance. You can read through this. I'll just highlight the important parts. We're still going to use our simple interest formula, I equals PRT, but what we're going to do is take our previous month's balance, add the finance charge, the interest, add any purchases that we make, subtract returns, and subtract payments. So this is more just paying attention to detail, right? In making sure that we include everything and take out the things that we should take out. Also, our time is now 1/12 because we're just zeroing in on 1 month out of the year. 1 month as a change in time. Okay, go ahead and pause the video, read through this example. I'll highlight the important stuff and we'll write it down below. There we go. So that's all that's going on there. 18% is the interest rate on our credit card. We owe $600. we purchased ski boots and made a payment using the unpaid balance method. What is your credit card bill this month? Okay, so let's write down some things. Our balance is $600. $600. Our rate R is 0.18. All right, and we made our purchase and sent in our payment. So in terms of steps again, part A, first I want to compute the simple interest. I equals PRT. Okay, so our previous month's balance is $600 times the interest rate, 0.18, times 1/12, because we're, again, just zeroing in on 1 month's time. Type that into your calculator, and it should tell you $9. So $9 is our interest for having this credit card for just 1 month with a $600 balance. So the next step is to find our new balance. All right, and that is going to be equal to $600, our previous month's balance, plus the finance charge, $9, the interest that we're paying on that, plus any charges. I bought ski boots because that's my jam. I love skiing. And then we subtract any returns. There's none in the problem. And we subtract any payments. We have a $170 payment. All right, type all that into your calculator, and the new balance on the loan is $569. And that is the answer to part A. What is your credit card bill this month? And then part B, what is your new finance charge? For the new finance charge, I equals PRT, but our new balance, 569, times same interest rate times 1 month, 1/12. And if you type that guy in, your new interest is $8.54. And hopefully it makes sense that the interest decreased from $9 to $8.54. Old balance was $600. New balance was less, so we would pay less interest on that new balance. In our next example, we're going to see what student loan debt feels like, and let me tell you from experience, it feels terrible. We've got $35,000 in debt. That is our student loan debt. 12% interest sounds terrible, but that is what some private lenders offer. Don't take private lenders for student loans if you don't have to. Go with the federal ones. They're at least a little bit better in terms of the interest rate. And we're going to pay $500 per month on our loan. Okay, and we want to know how much, after your first payment, how much will you owe on that loan? So let's get the interest first. I equals PRT. We owe $35,000 times the rate, 0.12, 12%, times the time. We're just zeroing in again on 1 month. And if you type that into your calculator, you should get $350 in interest. Whew, that's a lot of interest. So our new balance, and I changed to red here because it's terrible, is $35,000 plus $350 in interest minus my $500 payment equals $34,850. So our balance only decreased by $150 despite my $500 payment. That's rather unfortunate. Try not to take out student loans unless you have to. That's the moral of this example. The third type of loan that we encounter in this section is called the average daily balance method. It's similar to the previous example, but we find the average of our balance for the every day of the previous month. And in doing this one, the steps that will follow, we add the outstanding balance for your account from each day of the month, divide the total in step 1 by the number of days in the month to get my average daily balance. I equals PRT to find the interest, and then T is the number of days in the month divided by 365. And that's, again, really important because, like, May is different than April. They have different number of days, so the month that we are in matters. Here's the example. We've got, we're talking about the month of September, 30 days in September, right? That's important. And in that month, let's see, let me highlight that. Our credit card balance starts out at $240. Interest rate is 18%. And then 3 things happen. On September 11th, we pay $60. On September 18th, we charged $24. On September 23rd, we charged $12, and we're going to use the average daily balance method to find the finance charges that will appear on our October credit card statement. Okay, so this one, again, is a little bit more detailed, a little bit more to keep track of. So let's organize this. The best way to organize this is using a table, which you'll see on the next slide. Okay, so you can see my table here. Hopefully it's pretty clear in how I set this up, right? Their balance on September 1st, okay, was $240, and then nothing happened until September 11th. So I like to write this down or count on my fingers. Day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is 10 days times 240 equals $2,400, okay? That was the balance. It stayed that for 10 days. Then on the 11th, we made a payment of $60, okay? So that's why the balance went down. $180 times 7 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay? 7 times 180 is $1,260. $24 charge on September 18th, $12 charge on September 23rd. So the 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, the balance was $204 for all 5 of those days. And then for the rest of the month, the 23rd through the 30th, the balance was $260 for those 8 days. Okay, this middle or this column of the table is really important in just like literally counting the days that the balance on my credit card stayed that amount. Okay, and then we add all of those giant balances up. Okay, $6,408. My balance was never that, but that's the sum there. And then we take that total, $6,408, and divide by 30. 6,408 divided by 30 is equal to $213.60. And that number is my average daily balance. Okay, and you should see that it's higher than the lowest balance and lower than the highest balance. It's somewhere within that range of numbers, and it absolutely should be. Okay, so once we get the average daily balance, now we can compute the interest based on that number. So we're going to say, I equals PRT equals PRT. The principal is the number that we just got, $213.60, times the rate, which from the beginning I believe was 18%, 0.18, times the time. This is the different thing. It's not 1/12. It's not 2 years. It's the number of days, 30, divided by 365. The number of days in the month out of 365 days in a year. Find that in your calculator, and your interest is $3.16. Your interest, also known as your finance charge, is $3.16. I highly recommend writing out that table, especially this middle column where you just count the days, okay? I'm not going to use subtraction or anything like that to figure this out. I just write down the days, count them on my fingers if I have to, and that's what you multiply by in finding the average daily balance. All right, that is the last type of loan that we look at in this section. Thank you very much for listening. Get started on the homework in my math lab. Let me know if you get stuck on any, and have a wonderful day.